guys, welcome back to Honey in the Rock, episode 88. I'm Sophie, and this is Billy. They can't hear you. You have to say something.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, thank you. I met Billy on Halloween, but we didn't really meet. And then I went to his concert.
Halloween?
Halloween?
No, wait.
Do you not remember that at Tyler's house?
I don't really remember meeting you there, though.
Awkward. Well, I remember that.
Okay.
And then Billy's a singer, and he had a little concert, like a couple months ago, and me and my friends went. That's where I met him, and now we've had a little friend group that hangs out, and it's very wholesome and fun.
Yeah.
But Billy's going to come on and tell us a testimony today. It's like his story is like really cool story of like redemption and showing how the Lord is faithful and steadfast and all the good things. But tell us about yourself. Who are you? Other than a singer.
Yes.
And a lacrosse player. Is that what you were going to say?
That was like half my personality for the last
my bad
years. So that's it for now, though. So we're good. But my name's Billy Hendrix. I'm going to Clemson next fall. I'm a singer, like Sophie said, and
I wish I could think of the song. It's like, I am a singer.
You thought that was before we started. I don't know.
Like, Carpenter, whatever her name is.
Yeah, that's what, I don't know it.
I saw it in Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
I'm against TikTok, but I watch it.
It's fine to me.
Hey, do you have family?
Yes, I do. I got mom, dad, my brother Tucker, and sister Louise.
Yeah. It's the same as my family, 2 older brothers and a little sister.
Yeah.
Which I personally think is the best layout.
Makes it tough.
But I guess you don't really get to choose.
Yeah. Love Louise, though. I'm not going to be there anymore. I'm so sad. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, I guess we made that clear. He's also a senior going. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
As some would say.
Yep. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Okay.
Well, anyways, that's a little bit about Billy.
Yeah, it's a little bit about
If you know us, you know Billy.
What?
And if you have never listened to this before, this is Billy.
You've never met me before.
Well, I meant like if you know, like if it's our friends listening, they know who you are.
Yeah. But like, I'm
saying like,
if like,
hi Mama, this is my friend Billy.
It's like AG, then like you just don't know.
Right.
Like, yeah.
True.
Like, yeah. Are you saying who I am?
Do you want to like shout anybody out or something?
No, I don't really know.
Okay, yeah. That would be awkward.
I try to like shamelessly just sneak in there.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, tell us your testimony. Tell us, how did you meet? Actually, start with though, like, did you grow up in church? Kind of bad.
I did, but I was always so I grew up like really like bad, like ADHD. Like I kind of like just could not pay attention to anything. Like got to the point where I just like could not sit still for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And
so like the thought of me sitting still for a sermon for 40 minutes is like
not possible.
It wasn't possible for me, and especially when like I didn't like enjoy it, like didn't get it, especially. Right. And so like even though I grew up in church and it was like a big part of like my family's life, I just didn't really like take it seriously. I just did something. Oh, it's something to do with Sunday. And then I kind of like took that route for that faith until like the summer before my sophomore year. Okay, yeah, but I met my best friend at camp, and he was just so enthusiastic about like the Lord, about like Jesus, and like he was just such a fun guy. And you know, after 2 weeks, like we got really close, and he's like, "Hey, I've already done this before, but I want to like give my life to Christ. I want to do it like with you if you want to do it." And like at the time, I didn't really know what that meant. I was just kind of like on a camp high. I was just like, "Yeah, bro, Jesus is a cool dude, you know."
Jesus is cool.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." And I thought I'd just be like, whatever, like, oh, you're his.
Well, and I just like a health free card.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I thought it was like a get out of jail free.
Yeah.
But and then the moment came, I was just like bawling, crying. It was such a great moment. It was one of the best moments of my life, and I was doing it with him, and that meant like everything to me, because I never had like that sort of relationship with like someone caring about me, like wanted to do something with me.
Right.
Like something like with that much like importance to someone, right. Even if it didn't matter to me, like that mattered to me a lot.
Yeah.
Then that was June 16th, I think it was, too. I really hope I'm not getting this right, because he'll get really mad if I don't remember it.
No, I think that would be the right like timing after sophomore year, I think.
Yeah, no, that'd be decent. That'd be right.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so I leave camp. I tell myself I'm gonna try this Jesus thing. I'm gonna try to like focus on it, and that lasts for about like 3 days. Like, that's how most camp highs go, I guess. And you just kind of get back to like, you kind of just go back to what you're doing, just like not really caring. Especially sophomore year when you're like, there's so much around you, so much like temptation.
Well, it's also like your first bit of freedom.
Yeah, it's like your first.
You can
like,
drive.
you have a
Most
car,
kids can drive. Sophomore year,
and like, you're growing up, like you got like there's random stuff happening.
Right.
You just don't know how to handle it. And I didn't really know how to handle it. And I basically just a year just went by, just like probably like being around things I shouldn't have been around.
Yeah.
Like doing stuff I like doing things with people that probably weren't the best people to be around.
Right.
And
well, it's easy to fall back into that temptation of sin. Like,
yeah.
Yay, church high, fun, and then it's like back to reality.
Snap back
it's
to
hard
reality.
to make it.
There goes gravity. There goes gravity.
Okay, I don't really know that song.
You don't know Lose Yourself? I don't know. No. She does own a Christian podcast, folks.
But then, and then it does make sense. It's like easy to fall back into that temptation of living for the things of this world, and it is hard to surround yourself with the right people. Yeah. Okay, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, but like on that note, I was like, I've always been kind of like scared, like before I met like all of y'all, I guess, like with Tyler, Tyler and all those guys, like Tyler, Sam, Abe, like literally everyone. I don't want to name everyone's names. I'm gonna like forget everyone, but like before then, I was like so like scared because if they say no, it's like the worst thing imaginable. Like it's like I know it's like a big people pleaser thing.
Right.
That was like me for like a lot of my life, and there's like nothing I could like do about it. I was just like obsessed with like making sure I didn't like make anyone like mad or like
mess anything up.
Yeah, mess anything up. And so fast forward to I think like the day of like June 16th, like 2023, and I was like about to go back to camp the next day, and just like things were just it's just been the same. Like I just didn't really care. I didn't really like I just did follow the crowd, just like and I was just ready to go to camp, and just like, well, maybe I'll try again. You know, like who knows what God's gonna put in my life now.
Right.
Like, but once I get back, I'll just be able to do this again. Maybe I'll just be able to do more.
Yeah.
And then like as soon as I'm thinking that, like I get a call from my friend, and he's like, "Hey man, I know we haven't talked in a little bit, but I just want to catch up for a little bit." And so we talk, we catch up, we chew the fat, and
chew the fat. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that?
No, but
I hear it all the time.
Okay, I understand what it meant though.
Yeah. Yeah, but I basically I was like late. So I was like, "Hey dude, I gotta go to camp tomorrow. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you when I get back." And he's like, but before we leave, just thank you for that moment that we had like at camp, because that I truly believe that saved my life, because I had like a camp high like very similar to that. So I've had. He didn't say some of that. He didn't know I was going through science program, but he had camp high very similar to like what I had, and it hit him a little harder. He kind of begun to question like what was important about it. Yeah, and he kind of didn't really see a point, and eventually he thought he had thoughts about like not
living,
and then like he just thought about like that. He told me he like when he got his girlfriend, he had like his girlfriend really helped him like fight through that, but also like the memory that like he shared of like of our moment together, of like coming together through Christ was like saving for him, I guess.
Like in the hard moment to hold on to that first love of,
and also like having that person who like did it with you, like who made that relationship with you, I think was
really special.
And when I heard that, like I just lost it. I was like there's so much more to life than what I just pretty much wasted just a whole year. I just and from that, and I just like, and I'm so grateful for this guy right here. You know, we don't really get to talk a lot. I'm awful at calling or texting people. Like, my friends will tell you.
Oops.
Yeah, but like whenever I get to talk to him, it's just like the best feeling because I know like that's like my brother, like
Right.
in Christ. And you know, since like that moment, I've just like tried to live like for Christ,
Yeah.
and I didn't really know what that meant for a while because like I said, like with people, like how many people pleaser, like I used to do just for like the attention of it because like I loved attention.
Yeah. Don't we all?
So enjoy it a little bit.
Some of us.
It's just,
we don't mind the attention.
I don't mind it. Yeah, and then I started doing something called like a daily, just like it was actually his idea, my friend's idea. He told me like just like write down like something that like makes your that you saw today that like made you grateful for what God gave you today, like that, like something God gave you today that like made you grateful.
Right.
And I thought it was just kind of like it's kind of pointless. I don't really know like how I'm gonna find something literally every day.
Right.
But like I tried it, and I'm so grateful that I did because it made me appreciate my relationship with God like just so much more because I saw like each day like little by little, and like it wasn't just like I only took like one example from the day where he like showed something. Yeah. And there are so many examples throughout the day like that I could go through.
Well, like, just to be aware of like that God is everywhere, and we're just not giving him the credit he deserves. But then like being intentional like that is honestly like helping point out what is good, and this is a sweet thing from the Lord.
I feel my favorite part is like seeing it. My favorite part is like even though I don't even think about it, I'll think about it later that night when I'm like doing like it's like a Snapchat story. Like when I like post on the Snapchat story, I'm like, oh my gosh, wait,
that was good,
Wait, that was him, and I just it makes me so happy. And,
well, and then giving God the credit he deserves in that. And then I want to go back to one last thing in your story that I really like. Well, I think it's cool how Jesus like used somebody else who walked this road with you to give your life to Jesus. He used him almost as a wake up call.
He did. It was a big old wake up call.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you doing? And that happened to be similar. Like we were in different situations, but even like Grant's death was just like, okay, wake up, Sophie. Like, what are you doing with your life? If we're not living for Jesus, and we're living without purpose, and we're not living in line with him. And so even sometimes we just need God to use things to just wake us up. And so I encourage like the listener, like, be aware of the thing God is putting in your life. That's a wake up call. Yeah. Like, don't ignore it. Use it. Like, imagine if you just moved on with that conversation and kept living the lifestyle you were living. Or I use Grant's death to like go and make choices that might fill my soul in the moment, but didn't eternally satisfy. And so it's like, don't just push away those things that God is doing, and then also look out for the God winks thing.
I also feel like taking like my relationship more publicly like finally gave me like relationships I never would have like had. Like if I like didn't do like the daily highlight or like was a wildlife leader, like I would never like became friends with the people I'm like I hang out with like every day now. Like I went from being a kid who's like won't say a word to anyone to like the kid who everyone just wants to shut up. Everyone just wants to shut up for just a little bit.
Okay, your words, not mine. I think I actually wrote this down. Is like sometimes following Jesus is going to have us lose friends. So like when you recommitted your life to Jesus and were like, I'm taking you seriously, you probably lost friends.
I lost like there are a few relationships that like they're just like shut up. Yeah. And like but like and moment there's like really hurt because I was like there's like pretty good friendships I had to give up. But through that, I gained like friends who were just like so much greater.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
Like especially now that we're all going to college, like I get to bring those friends like with me.
Right.
And, like to meet more.
Well, and even like understanding our value in friendship of like having godly friendships, because that's like exactly what I was gonna say. It was like, so you might lose friends when you begin to follow Jesus faithfully, but then the Lord is gonna give you almost new friends that are gonna like push you to glorify God together better. Like even when we all like hang out the other night, we went to y'all's youth group, and afterwards we were like in the cookout, and we were just like talking about different things the Lord was teaching us, and what do you guys think this word means, and like sharing our stories, and that is so much more fruitful, and that's the friends I rather have than shallow friends. It's like, oh yeah, I get to go to this party with you, or we get to gossip about this person. Instead, it's like these fruitful friendships, and so they are faithful. Like there are good friends.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I'm
dying right now. Oh my gosh.
Yikes! I don't have any water, so.
Well.
There's literally no water.
Yeah, you don't actually. You have a lot of car seats though.
Car seats. So if anybody needs me to drive their kid around, I'm ready. Anyways, so what does it look like now to be following Jesus? I know you said you're a wildlife leader. What does that mean for people who don't know? And then like also like now that when you like rededicated your life to Jesus, when you chose to like follow him faithfully, like a daily decision to pick up the cross and follow him, what does that now look like?
Okay, so a wildlife leader is it's a high school leader who is the leader to middle schoolers. Middle school is just a tough like time.
Super tough.
Yeah, like we
pay me to go back to middle school.
Like for me, it's a little different. It's 4 years instead of six. She talks like fifth grade was like her peak.
Fifth grade, I peaked in fifth grade, but fifth grade was the last year of elementary school. And then middle school was 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade.
Fourth grade was a good year. Fourth grade was a good year.
I'm telling you, last year elementary school was crazy.
I don't remember a whole lot. All I remember is that I got my teeth fixed. Like I used to have like I used to have Michael Strain.
It was a great year for him.
It was a good year.
Okay, sorry. Young Life, high schoolers leading middle schoolers.
It was the most fulfilling thing. Just like it's because if I wasn't on my game, just like it motivated me to like focus on my faith and like learn more. Because like if they have questions and like I don't know the answers to like to any of them, or like, I'm not able to like to teach them the right way, then like I'm kind of just wasting my time in theirs.
Well, also it's like talk the talk and walk the walk. If you're telling them,
that's like the biggest thing. It's like my reputation's always been kind of important to me.
Yeah.
Like, and if now that I have like this reputation as like a strong Christian, someone who's like sharing his faith, like I want to be known as someone who like walks the walk just as much as he talks the talk.
Right. Yeah. And that also would be confusing for middle schoolers. Like I remember a girl who I looked up to, and she said so much to me. She said all the right things. And then once I got Instagram and I got on Instagram and I saw what she was posting, I was so confused because I was like, this is the same girl who's telling me that Jesus loves me and it's worth it to follow him. And then I look on Instagram and I see she's living a different life. It was so confusing. And so I think it's really sweet that those middle schoolers have you and a couple of our other friends as leading, and just see it's like life can be fun while you're doing it well and following Jesus well. Okay. And then the second part of my question, like, what does following Jesus look like now? Like taking him seriously.
Following Jesus now. So that's the toughest question.
That's a deep question.
It's a tough question. No, you don't have to worry about that now. That's like when people ask me that, it's different for different people.
Right.
Because like everyone's like at a different spot.
Yeah.
For me, I'm kind of at the point like where I'm like past like I have like the group of friends that motivate me to like go through Christ, and like I have the time now, especially because I'm like done.
Yeah.
And it's really just like thinking about the Lord.
Yeah.
For me, like when you have your mind set to the Lord, and like have your mind like what'd you say? You feel like you said to me like a few weeks ago. It's like what you say is like what you think. It was like,
yes, from what's in your heart, it overflows. Oh no.
Yeah.
We were talking about cussing, and you said, "Do you not cuss?" And I was like, "No." And then I said, "What?" It's like what's from your heart isn't. Oh wait, what you say is the overflow of what's in your heart. So like, if that's the first thing that comes to mind, then that's what's in your heart. And like, wait, I said it smoother than that, but basically it's like
it was like off the dome.
I don't know how that came out. But if it's like what's ever in your heart is gonna come out of your mouth, and so it goes with like our words have power and our words hold power. Yeah,
and that's like. But it's kind of the same thing. Like wherever like you like where you like listen to like the music you listen to, like people you're around, the activities you're taking part in. It's like all of it, like what you say your heart onto, like what you're around will motivate you to do something. Like if you're around a bunch of people who like just want to watch Star Wars all day, you're probably gonna get a little bit into Star Wars.
Right. No, yeah, you become like who you're around. And then I kind of like how this is kind of going full circle to what you're saying, like how you look for the good in each day. You look for God every day. And then when we're looking for God in all aspects of life, and then he is in all aspects of life, there's a song right now, I listened to it the other day, and it's like, the devil's not scared of a Sunday faith if it only leads to empty praise, which just means like if your faith in Jesus is only about Sunday morning or Wednesday night church service, it doesn't
matter
if you're living your life not online.
Yeah, like if you can't do it on like a Tuesday afternoon, then like
right.
But but for me, I guess like the biggest thing for me is like I love to like be joyful about the Lord, and like that's like maintaining that is like has helped me more. I think really for me it's just like it's all about just like focusing on the Lord, sitting down and just like throw my phone away and just like taking my mind off like some bad. Because like when you have all like the surroundings that like that are good and like you have all the things, it really just comes down to one thing: it's you.
Right.
And it's no excuses. Like there's like, oh, well, I could do this or I could do that. It's just you and God. Right. And like when you have like that clarity and that time alone, and like there's some nights to like I don't do anything with God. And it's like the next morning I'm like, dang, I completely just like that literally happened. I completely just ignored my best friend. Right. Well, and our sole purpose. Yeah. And so like I strive to every day just try to like just focus on the Lord, and when you focus on Jesus, everything just becomes so much better and easier. And just look for Him in all aspects of our life. And then just like I just realized it's a butterfly on like the. Oh, a little cry baby gave it to me. Look at there. Butterfly. That's right there. For all 3 people like who are watching it, and for the 70 who cannot see it. No, I'm sorry. But how many people listen to it? How many people do you think? I don't know. I haven't looked at your monthly listeners. I haven't looked. Yeah, I do say "do for the one" a lot. That's my favorite. That's my favorite quote. I always like tell people like when we're doing wildlife, I'm always like, I don't care if like it's just one person who gets it, who like their life changes for it. Like all heaven's rejoicing because like that one kid gets it. That's so good. But like it could be like if it's one kid, like I will. Oh my gosh, dude, it makes me so happy. Okay, I have a couple other things to say, and then we'll wrap up. Audience of one, that's such a good thing. Even like we talked about humility one time, and if we're doing things for the audience of one, I think it makes us so much more humble, because that's when pride. If I'm doing certain things to please everyone around me, and that even goes back to like I didn't think about that. What I choose to do. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like it just kind of came to me there. Oh, like, hey, Holy Spirit. But like, if like I'm reading my Bible just to tell everybody that I read my Bible today, then why am I reading my Bible? Or if I'm praying really loudly so everyone hears these big words I'm saying, why am I doing it? But then even it flips the opposite way. Like, am I going to this party to go to the party so everyone thinks I'm cool? And am I drinking so everyone thinks I'm cool? Or am I, like it just depends. Like, where's your heart in that? And if you're living off of this audience of one and looking for Jesus in every aspect of our life, like we're going to be more fulfilled, and that the things of this world are going to let us down over and over again. But when our hope is in Jesus and we're fulfilled by Him, then we have the hope and we have a purpose. So that's what I was thinking there. True that. I might have had another thought, but I can't really think about it. I can't get it to the tip of my tongue. But it was something about that we might lose friends when you start following Jesus, but then the Lord's going to show you it's going to open your eyes to even better friendships, and then to know your worth in that. So I encourage you, if you feel like you don't have a friend group, I encourage you to pray for it and spend time in the Word. It's so hard. Like what you were saying, like it's really hard. It's so hard. But once you like get in the habit of it, like that's how we get to hear God. Like we pray, talk to Him, we have to hear Him by getting in the Word. Like God can make it easy for you, as like the house can be like you can't put like the friends, like music, like surroundings, like around you. Like it really just comes down to you. Yes, you got to choose to do it. This is the last thing I'll say. The other day, me and my friend have gone and we were doing a Bible study together. It's kind of like Adam and Eve. It's kind of like the God made it as like easy as possible. Right. Yeah. And they I just thought about that. Chose the one thing not to do, and they did it. Temptation. We have to fight temptation. Oh, true that. And me and my friend are doing Bible study together, and it's been really good because it keeps me accountable. We meet once a week, but it's keeping me accountable to read God's Word, and so I encourage you to do that. Like, find a friend, and it's going to grow your friendship together because you're talking about it. Like, even my brother and his girlfriend, like, they read the Bible together, and just, like, little things like that. Like, if we're trying to grow in relationships, no matter what relationship, like, if we're having Jesus at the center of it, it's going to be more fruitful. And so, and then this is what I'm going to say.
I didn't like read my Bible one day this week. My Bible. Did that sound like I was like really country?
Your Bible.
My Bible. And I didn't read it. And I was like, oh, well, I was so tired. I didn't want to read it. And I woke up the next day and I've never been so anxious. I was overthinking everything. I was like, I said this to this person. Was that mean? Did that come across judgmental? I didn't mean it to be judgmental. I was like so worked up about everything. And I called my friend and I was like, bro, I'm overthinking everything. Like, why did I say this to this person? What did I do? This. And then I was like, I didn't read my Bible yesterday. And if that's where I'm finding my hope and my peace, obviously it's going to be God if I'm not in it. So I encourage you to get in God's word and talk to him through prayer. Sometimes writing down our prayers helps so we can see how he's been answering them in small little ways. But this is really all I had.
Yeah.
Audience of one, be aware of your audience of one, and your one should be Jesus if you're following Jesus. And then Jesus is worth it. Jesus is cool. Maybe that'll be the title of this podcast.
That's my
Jesus is cool.
That's my Instagram bio.
Is it?
Jesus is pretty cool.
At Billy Hendrix.
Music.
Yeah. On Instagram.
I don't know if you heard or not, but
I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but he's a singer. I am a.
What is it? I keep thinking you're gonna like say the like
Ariana. It's about to come. It's like
I keep thinking about saying the Ariana Grande thing. It's like yeah, so good.
No, it was like because I'm a singer.
I don't know what it is.
It's like, and I am a singer, or I can't. I'm up late because I'm a singer. Somebody's screaming on the other side of this because they know what I'm talking about. Not that. It's like I'll look this up after this. Okay. Well. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I'll see you guys next week.
Adios, peeps.
Jesus is pretty cool.